I was born in a slum in Dadar. The beginning of life was not even humble. It was rough, it was tough. But the dreams were never small. There was somebody who told me कि Mumbai के रास्ते पे पैसा पड़ा हुआ है, अगर तेरे को उठाने की अकल है तो उठा. The first consulting project, I was on bike with his salesperson. There's no MSME consulting company which is Indian based, which is based on Indian values, which is based on the Indian processes. But who's there to actually do it with you? By 2035, SIL will create 5,000 success stories. And I'm continuing to build India's most powerful consulting, training, and advisory ecosystem for MSMEs in the country. The more you sweat in peace is the less you bleed in war. I was born in a slum in Dadar East, and in Mumbai. So the beginning of life was not even humble. It was rough, it was tough. But the dreams were never small, and I realized that they were not small when I actually reached my adolescent stage. I built my first business at the age of 16. What I learned, I did not learn later in my life going to very reputed universities like Mumbai University or Stanford. I did not learn that. What I learned on those streets. And one of them, which I often keep talking about, there was somebody who told me कि Mumbai के रास्ते पे पैसा पड़ा हुआ है, अगर तेरे को उठाने की अकल है तो उठा. Which means that on the roads of Mumbai you will see money everywhere, but if you have the brains to pick up, you can pick up. You can only see success if you're prepared to see success. Today, when people see me in the suits and ties, I think I owe that to the corporate world. I did not know anything about it before I joined these wonderful companies. After THL, I moved on to Bharti, then I moved on to Aditya Birla's, then I moved on to Telenor. And God's been very kind. All those 11, 12 years have been fantastic. They taught me so many things. They taught me about leadership, they taught me about culture, they taught me about working together. It taught me about solving problems, taking bigger problems with ownership and solving them. And I think that gave me an adrenaline rush to constantly keep moving and making something big out of whatever limited time resources I have. And I think those 11 years also gave me the courage to start something of my own. I remember me asking this question to my father that I am wanting to quit my corporate life and start my own business. And he said, if you don't take it now, when are you going to take it? Even if you fail, you can go back to your job. From there, the journey of something unique to build started off. I found out that this success, this building scale, has a pattern. And if we pick up this pattern, businesses will become successful. There is a certain skill set, there is a certain mindset that is required, certain competencies that are required, and certain risk that at the right time if an entrepreneur takes, it is bound to grow. And that's where the dream of, or the idea of School of Inspirational Leadership started becoming a dream. As I started living that dream when I was building School of Inspirational Leadership, I still remember we had hired few people, and I used to go on bikes with my team members. And I remember the first consulting project that we were going. I had no case study with me, I had no process with me, I had no system with me, I had no evidence that I can do this job. But the only conviction that I'm right, the sheer passion that I want to help, and the sheer commitment that I'll not drop you in between, and I'll stand with you. I think that got sold. We actually wrote down case studies. I mean, that was the best part about my, what excited me to build an organization around it, was to really find this uniqueness that there's no MSME consulting company which is Indian based, which is based on Indian values, which is based on the Indian processes, the culture that we have here, the dynamics of languages that we have here, the education challenges that we have. And that laid the foundation of School of Inspirational Leadership. And I've given one mandate to every consultant who works at School of Inspirational Leadership and the entire team, that if you take up a project to solve a problem of a customer, you better do that completely. You are not allowed to leave it in between. Why? Because I think by every problem that we solve, It is we who are growing intellectually, we who are growing in our wisdom. The latest story that we have is of a company called ECA Energies. Company jumped from 18 crores to 242 crores in just 36 months. And I think it was the right market, it was the right product, it was the right energy of the entrepreneurs and his team. It was the intelligence that we put in, the market movements that we made, the forward-backward integration, the acquisitions that we did, all played this magic role, and the company actually moved to 242 crores. The more you sweat in peace is the less you bleed in war. I believe our strength lies in our intentions to serve and the structures that we've built to make it happen. We have a pretty bold vision. By 2035, SIL will create 5,000 success stories, 5,000 scale-up success stories. That's our vision for SIL. Every consultant who's working with SIL is committed to this number because we believe that through this medium, we are contributing to the nation's economy. We are making sure that Indian businesses are shining globally, and we are making sure that everybody is contributing to that trillion economy that we're talking about. Information is just everywhere these days, right? You have case studies that you can read, and you have videos that you can watch, and ChatGPT gives you a lot of things, but who's there to actually do it with you? Those are the kind of guys we are, and I believe that's been the real strength of School of Inspirational Leadership. World is shrinking, and if India wants to shine, if all of us want to shine as businessmen on the global platforms, we've got to think global, we've got to act global, we've got to attract global. From lanes of Dadar to global boardrooms, on my bikes to the luxury cars, from 1 to over 700 success stories, this is my journey. I'm Dr. Yogesh Pawar, and I'm continuing to build India's most powerful consulting, training, and advisory ecosystem for MSMEs in the country. Because when MSMEs grow, India grows. When we grow, India grows. Always keep this message in your heart, in your mind, that you're not only contributing to yourself, but for the country that you live in, and the country deserves the best of you. I'm on this path, and I'm sure all of you want to join me on this path. जो सपनों को बांधे चलते हैं एक दिशा में, लोग ही तो है असली ताकत इस सफर की। प्रोडक्ट और सेल्स से शुरू होती है हर बिजनेस की कहानी। स्ट्रैटेजी देती है उसे एक नई निशानी, पर कल्चर ही तो है जो बनाती है आपकी विरासत की कहानी। जो सपनों को बांध के चलते हैं एक दिशा में, लोग ही तो है असली ताकत इस सफर की। एग्जीक्यूशन के बिना इरादे अधूरे से लगते हैं। प्रोसेस ही तो है जो रिश्ते मजबूत बना के रखते हैं। और एसओपीज वही धागे जो सबको बांध के रखते हैं, जो कंपनी को हर तूफान में संभाल के रखते हैं। मार्केट के उतार चढ़ाव, कस्टमर के डिमांड, एम्प्लॉइज की इच्छाएं और उनकी आकांक्षाएं, इन सब चाहतों को, इन सब लोगों को पिरो के रखना, बिना थके, बिना रुके, उसे दिशा देते रहना, यही तो है असली कहानी हमें। क्योंकि लोग ही तो है असली ताकत इस सफर की, और दिशा देना ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है।